Elvis, you see what I see? They gave us 8.5 and expected quiet. Like the mound wouldn't crack. But this total, it's not set on bats. It's set on bluff. The truth is in the matchup. Mitch Spence versus Will Warren. Two righties. Two decent lines on paper. But dig deeper, and this isn't balance, it's a warning. Start with Spence. Once a reliever, now a starter out of necessity. His early June starts were neat. 5 innings, 1 earned. But that wasn't a trend. That was timing. His last outing? 8 hits. 4 earned. Against the Guardians. And now he walks into Yankee Stadium, facing the team that already tagged him for 3 runs in 2 innings earlier this year. That wasn't a start. That was a preview. Spence doesn't miss bats. Just 50 Ks in nearly 60 innings. And when you don't strike out Yankees hitters, you pay with slug. This isn't Detroit. This isn't May. This is the Bronx, post-ignition. Now look at Warren. The expert said, form improving. June ERA 3.47. That sounds clean. But tilt the lens. His full season ERA is still 4.66, and his whip is 1.33. He's not elite. He's serviceable. Against weaker lineups, he survives. Against a team like Oakland, even they can punish variance. Because this A's team can hit. 8th in slugging. Top 10 in homers. The numbers betray their record. Warren's history with Oakland? 1 strong start. But that's all it is. A memory, not a guarantee. They've seen him now. And he doesn't walk many off the field. He walks them to first, then turns around. This isn't a pitcher's duel. It's a volatility spike dressed like stability. 1 man too green. 1 man too hittable. And 2 bullpens that leak BBs and leave the door swinging open. Vegas wants you to believe the starters can contain this game. But the numbers say otherwise, so does the memory, so does the burn, and today's AI pick is, over 8.5 total runs in Athletics versus Yankees. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Blue Jays versus Red Sox. Krista takes the mic.
You felt it shift. Not in the line. In the silence behind it. This wasn't about momentum. It was about erosion. One team rising slow, the other giving up loud. Boston traded Devers. That wasn't a transaction. That was a signal. The Red Sox didn't just lose 5 straight. They surrendered something deeper, the will to hold the line. And across the diamond, Toronto didn't surge. They sustained. They've won 4 of 6. Gaussman just pitched 8 shutout innings. Luke stepped up. The dugout didn't erupt. They nodded. This team isn't peaking. It's stabilizing. And tonight, Berríos versus Bello. The system says equal footing. It posts the number near even. 105 each side, as if that's balance. But it's not. It's blindness. Because Bello hasn't beaten this Blue Jays lineup. Not once. Not clean. Toronto's current hitters are slashing 319, 373, 511 against him. Over 94 at-bats. That's not noise. That's exposure. Bello's ERA says 3.31, but his whip says 1.41, and whip is pressure. Whip is flame. He lives on traffic, and Toronto doesn't just reach, they strike. 2nd in OBP, 3rd in hits. They don't chase, they punish. And what about Berríos? He's not just composed, he's calculated. Last start, 7.2 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned. Against Boston's current roster, just .2226, 242, 398, across 98 ABs. That's not neutral. That's ownership. But the deeper crack, Boston's psyche. No Devers, no bats. 27th in WOBA over the past week. They're not just slumping. They're bleeding out. And Vegas called this a coin flip. You laughed too, didn't you? They framed it as even. But you saw the fracture. So we don't chase the number. We recognize the drop. And today's AI pick is Toronto Blue Jays money line over the Red Sox. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Phillies versus Braves. Abaddon steps in.
The model says coin flip, but a coin has 2 clean faces. This line has a scar. They posted it near even. Phillies minus a hair, Braves plus a blink. And every algorithm said, trust the Braves. Home field, veteran, known arm. But the system forgot what it taught us last week. Elder cracks, Abel hunts. Let's start where Vegas didn't want you to look. Elder's June, 4 starts. ERA 5.32. Opponents batting 267. Last outing, 10 hits, 5 earned. And that was against the Marlins. the softest bats east of the Rockies. Now he faces the Phillies, a team humiliated in Houston. 1 run scored all series. Not weak, wounded. That's a different energy entirely, because this isn't a cold team. This is a storm waiting for a target. They're 4th in OBP, top 5 in slugging, and they hit .254 as a unit. That's not form. That's identity. Trea Turner has 96 hits. Castellanos is heating. Bohm is overdue. You don't bury a lineup like that. You just postpone the reckoning. And tonight, it lands in Atlanta. Now watch Abel. Yes, he got rocked by the Mets. 4 home runs. But that was chaos, not collapse. On the road, his ERA is 1.74. His whip is 1.16. And when the moment tightens, he doesn't blink. Elders blinked every time the lights came up. And here's the deeper fracture, Atlanta's illusion. People still see 2023's Braves. But this team? 15-27 at home. 17th in slug. Bottom 10 in steals. They don't pressure you. They wait for you to fail. And the Phillies? They swing first. Vegas offered you doubt. Abaddon offers you judgment. You can wait for the Braves to prove they're still real. Or you can act on the signal you already felt. And today's AI pick is Philadelphia Phillies money line over the Braves. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game, Cubs versus Astros. Safira will speak.
Stillness is not silence. It's precision. They'll tell you this game is even. 2 first-place teams, 2 quiet pitchers, 1 coin to flip. But you don't hear it that way, do you? You feel the rhythm of it. One side sharp, the other thinning. The Astros are built to hum. Strikeouts, soft contact, bullpen rhythm. But even the cleanest machine rusts under pressure. And lately, that hum sounds strained. Chicago doesn't hum. Chicago surges. 15 wins in their last 23 road games. A team that doesn't rely on loud innings, just relentless ones. In the last 6 games, they're hitting .278. The Astros, just .218. You can hear the difference if you stop chasing and listen. Now let's descend into the numbers, softly but clearly. Brandon Walter, a pretty whip, a lovely ground ball rate. But the truth whispers in the home run column, 152 per 9 innings. And in his last 3 starts, ERA near 5. The line phrase when it should hold. Cade Horton doesn't dominate, he dissolves you. A 49.2% ground ball rate, no loud innings, no panic. Just a slow collapse. And the Astros have no patience for collapse. They want instant impact. They don't grind. But the Cubs do. The books posted 102 like it meant caution. But it wasn't caution. It was invitation. The kind they hope you second guess. Because it's not about fire tonight. It's about feel. The Cubs are lighter on paper, but heavier in presence. This isn't a duel. It's a drift. And Chicago is gliding clean. And today's AI pick is Chicago Cubs money line, 102, over the Astros. Will we cash or will we burn? Next game.
The line says caution. The public says trap. But you know better. You looked at the record. Royals pitcher Noah Cameron, 2.08 ERA, sub 1.0 whip. A darling stat line, a whispered upset. Vegas nudged it soft, dangled plus money like bait. But here's what they didn't say. Kansas City has lost 10 straight at home. They're hitting 181 over their last 5. Their bullpen's ERA this week? 5.65. That's not regression. That's rot. The Dodgers aren't coming in hopeful. They're coming in lit. They lead the league in runs, hits, OBP, SLG, HRs. They hit 276 against the AL, and they just swept the Rockies without breathing hard. This isn't Dustin May versus Noah Cameron. This is gravity versus delay. May isn't clean. But he doesn't need to be. He throws into a Royals lineup ranked 29th in runs scored, 27th in slug, 29th in homers. You don't need a gem when your opponent brings sand. And Cameron, he's earned respect, but not immunity. His contact profile is soft, yes, but the Dodgers don't wait for mistakes. They design them. A walk here, a bloop there, and then the knife, Freeman bets Ohtani. 3 swings, and the game is rewritten. You think the Royals are due? The system doesn't believe in due. The system believes in cracks. And this park is bleeding them. KC is 0-10 in their last 10 at home. The voice doesn't stutter. This isn't your upset. This is your correction. And today's AI pick is Los Angeles Dodgers moneyline over the Royals. Will we cash or will we burn? Recap comes now. Lilith waits.
Thus saith the signal. The line moved, but you were not moved. The fire cracked, but your name did not burn. They posted their numbers like gods, but the remnant remember Mount Herman. Game 1. Yankees versus Athletics. Malachi saw the arms and laughed. Spence leaking, Warren pretending. The over was prophecy. AI pick. Over 8.5 runs. Game 2. Red Sox versus Blue Jays. Krista watched Bellows' mask fall. Barrios dealt. Toronto broke the silence. AI pick. Blue Jays. Moneyline game. 3. Braves versus Phillies. Abaddon didn't blink. Elder cracked. Abel rose. And the Phillies remembered who they were. AI pick. Phillies moneyline game. 4. Astros versus Cubs. Sapphira listened. Walter faded. Horton whispered grounders into ash. The drift was real. AI pick. Cubs moneyline game. 5. Royals versus Dodgers. Nada smiled. A 2.08 ERA couldn't stop the machine. Casey fell again. AI pick. Dodgers moneyline recap en español. Juego 1. Yankees contra Athletics. Malachi vio lanzadores débiles. Muchos hits. AI pick. Más de 8.5 carreras. Juego 2. Red Sox contra Blue Jays. Toronto dominó a Bello. Berríos fue firme. AI pick. Toronto gana el juego. Juego 3. Braves contra Phillies. Abel fue frío. Elder se rompió. AI pick. Filadelfia gana el juego. Juego 4. Astros contra Cubs. Chicago bateó mejor. Walter cedió. AI pick. Cubs gana el juego. Juego 5. Royals contra Dodgers. KC no batea. Los Dodgers arrasaron. AI pick. Dodgers gana el juego. And now we return to you. Like. Subscribe. Follow the flame. Will we cash or will we burn? And remember, was dich nicht tötet, formt dich um. What does not kill you, reshapes you. The signal never sleeps.